Okay, let's begin our lab by beginning with this first large sample, large black piece of shale. A couple things to observe. I notice the very thinly layered material. That tells me it's a sedimentary rock. I notice the texture of the rock. It's very, very smooth. If I drag my thumbnail across it, it doesn't really catch at all. That tells me it was made of very fine particles, probably clay or mud particles. And we know that in order for these very fine particles to have settled, the water had to be very, very still. So we would say this is a low energy environment. And the third clue to what happened here is the black color. The black color tells us that there's a lot of organic material, but very little oxygen. In environments with more oxygen, we would find reds and browns as typical kinds of colors. So this was probably a swamp area, anoxic water, very still. And then we can see within there are many, many fossils. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we can see that this piece of shale is just literally loaded with examples of ancient ferns. And we can tell that they're ferns because they have the same structure that ferns do today. So they have those same things. And I can see a lot of the structures on there that tell us there's at least a couple different species of them here. You can see these ones with the larger, flatter leaves, and then these ones with the skinny leaves that are more, have a more pronounced center part to them, right? So we can see all of these various kinds of fossils in here. Notice these almost all look to be cast. They actually look like they're the preserved positive image of what's in it. There might be a few. There's a few that do look like mold, so I've got a little bit of both going on here. But I certainly can see very fine structures, and I can see a lot of them. And that would be indicative of rocks of this age. This is probably from the Llewellyn Formation found in Pennsylvania. We would find this interbedded with coal. So this is an area that just simply, when it was building up, was supplied with a little more mud. And so instead of forming coal, formed shale.